Chapter 3 Elf Can-Can and Angel Grenda. Soos parked his car at the end of the road. Loads of cars were parked due to the main road in Gravity Falls being blocked off. Despite his ride cutting short after sending his gift to his mom, Soos managed to find a spot for him to park before it got more loaded. After his girlfriend Melody, Wendy, and Pacifica got out of the car, they witnessed the view of Gravity Falls and the Christmas festival lighting up with the outside becoming darker by the minute. "Are any of our parents around?" Pacifica asked, looking at every car down the road. "No, looks like we're fine, for now at least." Wendy closed the car door. "With almost every building having a Christmas activity, we're gonna need a list of activities." Right. When we head past the road closed sign, we'll be given a list of activities after paying to go into the festival, Sue smiled. "Is it like a pamphlet with pictures?" Melody asked. "That's what I heard." "If they do, we'll be able to get from place to place in no time," Wendy said. "This is gonna be a very special night," Pacifica smiled. "You're getting eager already. First Christmas, first experience. First festival, new newbies." Wendy wrapped her arm around Pacifica's shoulder as they, Soos and Melody, made their way down the road to the Christmas festival. As soon as they went past the road closed sign, they paid to go inside while receiving 4 pamphlets, one for each of them. As they stepped foot into the festival, tons of Christmas lights were strewn from building to building above them. Christmas trees lined the center of the road, 30 yards apart from each other, and Christmas carols were being performed in front of one of the trees. Pacifica couldn't be more mesmerized from the colors she sees from every corner. "Gorgeous," she commented. "In your campaigns in church, did you see Christmas lights?" Soos asked. "Yes, but not in so many colors. If your parents were in charge of decorating, it's really cheap to never be in the Christmas spirit." "Well, it's best for the Christian people. For me, it got lifeless. It felt like I was isolated without any support, despite singing in church." Pacifica lowered her head, remembering how boring it was without all the work she did. "Dude, cheer up," Wendy getting her attention. "I never went to church, but no one here is isolated. Besides, it's not like we're isolated if we're doing Christmas alone. That is, if one of us knew how to celebrate Christmas. It's not like we were born just a few days ago." "I can't disagree with that." Pacifica shyly smiled. "But it still felt like we were isolated from all the freedom at the happiest time of the year." Wendy knew she was right, despite her never being isolated from her family. She looked through her pamphlet to find her and Pacifica's first activity in the festival and couldn't believe what she saw. "Hey, they're doing a tree chopping stand a mile away, on the other side of town where we can cut down the tree. Yeah, and they're allowing people to decorate the tree by standing up at line of trees and singing 'Walking Around the Christmas Tree,'" Melody said, reading the pamphlet. "You can also name the tree you cut down," Soos took notice. "We should head there right now. That's something I want to do first." Wendy smiled while turning to Pacifica. "We don't have to cut down a tree if you don't want to. I can go. We have time. It'll keep us away from our parents." Pacifica agreed with Wendy's first request. "I could do the decorating afterwards. We're doing it together. The acting is what I'm looking forward to." "We should split up then," Soos replied. "Not that I'm against cutting trees, it's just I want to make a gingerbread house. And I want to decorate the gingerbread house," Melody added. "It's fine. Once we're done, we should meet outside of the building we came from." "Fine by us," Pacifica said. In the pamphlets, they have a map of the town of Gravity Falls and the activities in the locations. As Wendy looked through the map to navigate her destination, she noticed 2 familiar faces from last summer when Mabel was around. This time, they're wearing outfits to celebrate the holiday chill like everyone else. That's Candy and Grenda, she pointed. In an elf and angel costume, Soos added. When Pacifica went by Soos to witness Candy and Grenda, they handed out candy canes to anyone they greet a Merry Christmas to. She'd never met them personally, and especially neglect to remember they're Mabel's best friends. If Dipper and Mabel were here, I would have attempted to spread holiday cheer easily, she commented. They saw you on the 13th birthday of their best friend before she left. Give them a chance, Wendy patted on Pacifica's shoulder. Okay. Pacifica made her way to Candy and Grenda after they handed out candy canes to 2 kids. Merry Christmas, Candy and Grenda cheered as the 2 kids hugged them. Merry Christmas, they cheered as they left the 2, going to another building of the festival. When are we going to the town hall for the costume contest? Candy asked. About an hour or so, Grenda said, looking at her watch. We still have candy canes left and there's still activities for us to do. Okay, I still wish Mabel was here if she celebrated Christmas. She's a Hanukkah person like her brother. We can't be Hanukkah enough to celebrate. You can still celebrate Christmas with me. Pacifica walked up between them, catching their attention as they turned around. Pacifica, you're at the Christmas festival? Candy straightens her glasses. I thought you would be with your family. You're not gonna believe this, but I snuck out, Pacifica confessed. Candy and Grenda looked at each other. Sneaking out during your family traditions? There were no traditions, but let's not get carried away. Wendy and the others walked up from behind, catching Candy and Grenda by notice. Soos's girlfriend, Wendy, Grenda cheered. Merry Christmas, dudes, Soos smiled. I knew you would be around again. Not to mention with some mistletoe love, Candy commented. Please don't spoil that possibility, Melody blushed. There's no mistletoe hanging above. We're just lining up the mood, Grenda added. You can line up the mood with me after Wendy cuts down a tree, Pacifica said. I may have been the rival of your best friend, but not anymore, especially when I invited you two to the mansion. Candy and Grenda did remember, but at the same time, they didn't forget everything. It was Maple's brother Dipper who told you to invite us, Candy replied. Plus, you're kind of like the Grinch if green's your favorite color, Grenda added. Oh my, Pacifica lowered her head in shame. I don't even know who the Grinch is. You should watch more Christmas movies then. Girls, please, just because I'm not the nicest girl ever doesn't mean I take away holiday cheer. She's not lying, Wendy chiming in. This is her first Christmas, including mine, that doesn't involve our parents' getting in the way. Also keep in mind, I also saved you from the ghost when he turned you two into wood, Pacifica added. I had to rebel, but would you two do the same with your parents? Wendy closed her eyes, turning away, crossing her arms after hearing every word from Pacifica's mouth. This caused Candy and Grenda to step back from the former witch girl. I wouldn't rebel against my mother, Grenda shouted. She made me an angel. My parents are like Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus, Candy added. They call me the sweetest elf in the world. No, I didn't mean to go behind the— She's an angel god, Grenda shouted again. No more words, Candy pointed at Pacifica. You may have done one good deed, but we know you have more skeletons in the closet than any witch girl. Pacifica looked away, having flashbacks every time she remembered the hidden room. I know, but it was more than a good deed when I did it. I would agree, but I wasn't at the mansion when it happened. Soos looked away as Pacifica looked at him in annoyance. We don't want to spend time at the festival with you, Pacifica, Candy replied. We never met your parents, and we're keeping it that way, Grenda added. You don't even understand how I felt when I was being controlled by my parents. Pacifica slightly held back her anger. I wasn't fully responsible for everything they caused. Grenda leaned close to Pacifica's face. You can't prove it. Hey, Melody getting in between Pacifica and Grenda. There's no fighting on Christmas Eve, especially during the Christmas festival, she spoke. She's right, Candy said. We don't want everyone to see us as a naughty elf and a naughty angel. Yeah, come on, at least give Pacifica a chance later, Soos added. Wendy didn't chime in, knowing she can't defend Pacifica from Mabel's friends even if she tried. Okay, but it's gonna take a lot of effort to make it up. Not all of it, but enough to make us smile. Not holiday cheer. Grenda takes 3 candies out, giving them to Soos, Melody, and Wendy. Merry Christmas, Candy said as she and Grenda left them alone. Without giving Pacifica a candy cane, I would have to make up months earlier in advance to get their trust, Pacifica sighed. Don't worry, as soon as we're done with our first activities, we'll think of something to impress them. Melody looked at Pacifica, being as nice as possible. Just focus on your time with Wendy by cutting down a tree, Soos added as he looked up to Wendy after she turned her attention to him. Wendy cutting down a tree. I think we should split up now, Pacifica spoke. Yeah, let's go now. Melody took Soos's hand as they put away their candy canes, leaving the two to make their gingerbread house on their own. Wendy put her candy cane in her backpack, taking a deep breath after what she witnessed. No offense, but that wasn't the best way to greet them, Wendy said. I know, but they have never been with me at the mansion, unlike Dipper. Pacifica turned around. Dipper was willing to listen and believe everything because he was the only one who could solve the mystery. As she looked at Candy and Grenda walking farther away in the distance, she knew they're the type of friends Mabel would have upon arriving last summer. They wouldn't believe anything if they tried to solve a mystery with you. Pacifica wouldn't have dealt with the ghost on her own without Dipper, but she knew she wouldn't be friends with Candy and Grenda if they took his spot. But she's unsure if she believes they see how she really feels when her parents control her life. She doesn't know what activity would make them smile for sure, but holiday cheer is out of the question no matter what. Let's go tree chopping now, Wendy said. There's more than enough holiday cheer there for us. Okay, Pacifica slightly smiled. As the two made their way to their own destination, back outside the town, way up from the road away from Soos's car, Pacifica's parents parked their car in rage after slamming the car doors upon coming out. She is so grounded when we find her, Priscilla groaned. It'll take us hours to find her. If only there wasn't so many poor losers parking their cars, we would have parked further down, Preston shouted. Let's hurry up, we're teaching her to never sneak out ever again. As they rushed down, another car parked from the other side. Wendy's father, Daniel, came out, as so did his 3 sons. After searching everywhere close by, this better be where she's at. He slammed his car door. We had to skip the majority of training today because of her, Marcus commented. She ruined the tradition for all of us, Kevin added. I'll never know what it'll feel like to save Weird Mageddon just like she did, Gus added. Don't worry about it now, Daniel returned to his younger son. We're not leaving until we find Wendy. No problem, his sons responded as they also rushed to find her one and only daughter.